Hello viewers, MikeMoneyGMR here, and I'm here today with Dark Cloud. And I decided to start here in the town because I didn't realize I'd probably start finding miracle chests at this time, since we haven't really done much exploring, at this time. But I was actually going to go to the shop and buy some stuff, but I think I'm actually in the wrong house for that. I think it's actually, in the other area. Yeah, this is checking in items. I don't really need anything from him yet, so I don't think we need to worry about that right now. But anyway, something I need to mention. I found myself thinking today about what games I should be playing more often than others. And this one popped into my head almost immediately because the last episode I did, I think, unless I'm mistaken, was part 70. And that was like forever ago. And so I told myself I really need to put this game in and start playing it for you guys. Oh, it looks like I already did some stocking up too. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, yeah. Huh, and a bravery launch, alright. But yeah, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I don't remember what I did last time, so I thought I would come in here just to make sure there was nothing we absolutely needed. We could afford the snail now if we wanted to. As I said, you can buy it if you so desire, you don't have to. But, I'm gonna wait till I get the character that, uses it, so it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna use the map instead of trying to find the area. Yes, the Moon Sea. Which is funny because if you warp to it, it still has you blast to the area using the cannon, but not a big deal. Oh, sorry, it's easy on there. Alright, number 6, craters. There was a few out in the middle that we're gonna have to find. And it's amazing I still remember all this stuff, since I swear it's been a long time. Wow, what sword is that? I don't remember having that. Huh. It just looks different than I'm used to, I guess. Okay. Still the sun sword. Oh, I probably should have repaired most of my weapons. Now I'm not going to be using the sandbreaker anyway. I think I showed it off a little bit, but I also remember it not being as powerful as I thought it used to be. How you repair a frozen tune, I'll never know. That's not important. Anyway, if you remember right, we were actually using Lady Shura a lot through this area, and told myself I would probably try and use Morning a little bit, but most of these enemies, though they can be defeated by him, it's kind of hard to do so. So that's why I'm not. I'm going to skip this just for now and come back for it. I know that's silly of me, but I'm just doing it for now. Don't worry about it. We'll live. Got an endurance. And a mimic. Strangely, I still remember all the button combinations for this game, too. Ow. Don't mind me, viewers, I'm just thinking out loud. Anyway, I know that in most cases you would want me to skip fights, but I'm just kind of doing what I usually do, which is show off all the fights, and, just messing about a little bit, just for the sheer sake of doing it. just starting out in the game, it's kind of strange to beat a whole dungeon and then collect all the stuff while watching it, because that'd be just as boring. Oh, whoa. What do you say? Let's just give this a shot. I don't know, this seems to be working pretty well, guys. Because it has such a long reach, you know? Couldn't really hit him like that first time when I did it just right, but that time I didn't do it right. There we go. But yeah, just as you know, the reason why it's hard to use him as well is because his weapons don't really like survive much. I mean, we could go down to the scorpion if we want and start poisoning enemies, but most enemies won't really be affected by it here. Well, the fish guy will, but the mimics won't, because they actually poison you themselves. So anyway, let's just take a look at this. You haven't put anything on this yet. Huh, what do you know? What do we need to build it up just out of curiosity's sake? I know I really should stop focusing on this so much, because I think I did say at one point that trying to do this and there in the main game is kind of difficult, and you should wait till like after you're finished like everything up to the Dark Genie part. But I like doing it just because it's kind of fun, just to see what you can and can't do with your weapon, you know, throughout the most part of the game. What does the diamond do again? That won't hurt. Alright. Just for later. I can always get more diamonds. You can also, like I think I've said this before, if you really don't want to use gems for your weapons, what you can do instead is you can actually go ahead and sell them, because they're worth a lot of money, especially the diamonds since they're so rare to find. And that can get you a whole bunch of money and allow you to buy the weapons you need faster. But since I like to just go ahead and work on the weapons I already have, I think it's better to just go ahead and use the attributes you get. Oh, let's try taking this guy out with Mike, why not? Just because he hasn't seen a lot of action. Oh man, he just wanted up to punch us there. I know he has big saw blades, but still. Speaking of, I know I'm not using a Drance Feather right now. I don't think I even have one. Oh, I do. What do you know? I think I broke my last one in the last episode and had to run through the entire place without it. Let's use Lady Sure for this fight here. The closer you are to the enemy, the more times you can actually shoot them. But it's still more fun to just, you know, focus on DPS sometimes too. Here, let's get this out of the way. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to spin a halberd so fast that it caused a gust storm? I don't know, I think that'd be kind of neat. Or better got turned into a helicopter. Okay, what do we got over here? Another space guy on. There's some water over there so we can re-energize everybody. Alright. I haven't used him in a while. But thankfully my brother wouldn't mind, since I think I did name him after my brother again, you know, John. And like, we always cracked a joke to each other when we played this game. And even though that is the most useless character in my mind, because he's just so slow, we didn't realize that at first. And when we first played this game, it was just fun to, you know, name your character after family members instead of like, just anybody you wanted. Guess I know my weapon's about to break. I'll tell you what though, if you play this game and it gives you a heart palpitation every time you hear that sound, I don't blame you. Because if you start hearing that sound and you're in the middle of an attack animation, it makes it really scary for you, because you're like, oh my god, it's locked. Okay, explosion. It's poison. Yeah, who cares? It's Michael's weapon and cannot carry it anymore. Don't say. Well, first let's cure this poison. Poor lady sure will die from poison if we leave it on her for too long, so you won't want that to happen. What the hell am I doing? I'm trying to get to Mike. Okay, here. Now let's go to his weapons and look at what we have here. Okay, so we have anything that's not... Did I actually put anything on this? No, I didn't. Chopper anytime soon. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. Let's see what we have in here. Probably something useless. Buster Sword? And yeah, it's going to pull up the menu because it's just telling us that we filled up our items again. Yeah. 24, 25. Yeah, I think that's kind of neat though. Even if the weapon is the same as another weapon, like two Buster Swords, if you have two Buster Swords, one will be different than the other. It's something I really love about this game, because you never really expect that, you know, in like Final Fantasy games and stuff like that, it's like, oh, this weapon, it's a long sword, it's stats with this, oh, and you got another one, oh, the stats are the exact same. But here it's like, oh, well, there's one small difference if you have this. Like this one is a little bit better made than the other one. It's like that, you know? I've always found that kind of funny, how they did that in this game. But at the same time, it made it really where you could have a better reason for him to get another weapon, because you never know, you may have actually found yourself wanting to use that other weapon. Let's back away here. And yes, that was a perfect time to use that. I know it's supposed to be better for flying enemies, as it says, but it's also really good just in general to use it. We could use a bravery launcher if we wanted to, but I'm not really going to yet. Turtle shell. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm like, turtle shell, that's a weapon, isn't it? But no. there's a big cannon, needs gunpowder. Cannon can be used. Fire the cannon. I think I'm gonna live a little dangerously and go to the next floor. I'll probably regret it, but we'll see. Realistically, it's not like there can be anything really different in a different crater than there was before. And what I mean by that is like, you're not gonna see something like a more difficult enemy to fight than there was before. Because chances are if it's just one new floor, it's gonna be something the same. Fire seems very effective. Someone tells me on these moon bugs that fire's not gonna be very effective. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, some games, they don't really take that into effect. They're like, oh, attributes, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But this one, it does. You know, you gotta give them credit for that. Because it could have been just like, whatever, we'll take the attributes out and just make where every enemy's affected by the same kind. What do we have over here? Drawbridge needs a key. That's right. So we got the map here. As always, remember, chests are randomized in this game. It says we're going to need to come back here anyway with the key. I'm just going to go ahead and move on. And come back for that later. Yeah, so this isn't very effective. Yeah, if there was like a shortcut or something for switching attributes, that would be nice, but there really isn't. I don't think even the second game had one. Now, come to think of it. Vulcan, of course, he's going to be weak to ice. This thing, probably neutral to ice, so I'm just going to continue peppering it with that. Just so I don't have to switch attributes again. Put your damn shield down. Take it like a man. There you go. So my sister's been watching a lot of YouTube lately, but they don't watch Let's Plays or anything. She actually focuses more on just random stuff on there. And right now, she's actually still awake watching some stuff. And it's kind of funny because one of the episodes she watched a debate with a guy and his girlfriend, I think, or something like that. And they were talking about how, I think they were like doing some sort of like man versus woman thing, you know? And it was really funny to watch because I was like only half paying attention to it at the time because I was editing a video. But they were like saying like, one of the things they said was like peeing while standing up. And it was really funny because he's like, well, I mean, guys, it's really easy. We don't have to worry about anything really. And aiming's not a problem either. When I heard that, I just had to slightly chuckle to myself because I was just like, yeah, and yet there's guys in this world that can't aim. And I'm sure I'm gonna get some people that are like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm talking about like those guys that like don't care when they're in a public bathroom and just like pee on the floor. But anyway, I gotta be more careful about what I talk about because I know some people might say something. Anyway, though, that's not important. It was just really funny though because they were using those examples. And I think in the end I kind of glanced at the score and it had women ahead with like I think 6 points. And I was like, okay. But it was even funnier is my sister goes, you know, really this thing isn't accurate at all. And I was like, I kind of piped up then and continued listening because I was curious what she was talking about. And she was like, you know, they should have gave some more of those to the men. And I was like, that just came from my sister. That's so weird. But yeah. Anyway, no debates in the comments about this, viewers. I'm just speculating something about my life just because it's funny. And because it gives me something else to focus on instead of, oh, now we're killing Moondigger, woohoo, right? But you gotta admit, this is actually probably better to you, me going straight to the next dungeon instead of leaving and, you know, going to the store and buying more crap and then coming back in, because then you have to focus on other stuff. But I'm trying to do these areas really quick today because I want to try to get through this dungeon if we can, or at least get to the next area, the next area of importance, you know, as in the next character. Oh yes, it's Handle, that's right. This is probably a mimic. Nope, surprise. Hit the magical crystal. That tells us what's in the Handle area. Let's go on back then. And I know I usually just do some Outlet Amelia while I'm in between dungeons. Once we get some, I go in there and fix up an area or whatever. But the only reason why I'm not doing that now is because there's really no point in this area, because you have to do the building of the whatever the hell that room is, the factory, absolutely correct, or it doesn't. It's a lot more difficult if you don't. So that's a lot more difficult. I'm so glad I don't have any grammar Nazis in my subscriptions, because if one of you guys were to be like, oh my god, this guy sucks at grammar, I would so just laugh at you. I'd be like, I really don't care. Though I know there's some of you out there that do, and yeah. Anyway, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and keep going, even though I know we're almost out of time here. But I'm going to keep going for the sheer purpose of just knowing that we're almost finished with this dungeon here. So I'm thinking we might as well just continue until we're done with it, and then move on to the next part after that. And I'll probably do some stuff off screen while everything is cooling down, as I guess you could call it, for a fun way of saying it. This is the last piece of Outlet Amelia here, so let's grab that. There we go. Dang, I got those weird hiccups. Yeah, okay, that's a good question. Do you guys ever get weird hiccups after you eat certain foods? I do. It's like this weird thing that just started happening to me recently. Like I'll eat like my favorite snack foods, and afterwards I'll start hiccuping, but it's not like your normal everyday hiccup. It's like these burps, I guess you could say, but they sound more like a hiccup. And so I'm curious if anybody knows, like if it's just you know, indigestion type stuff or something like that. That's what I've always been referring to it as, because I just don't know. I know many of you are like, we're not doctors, we're not going to know. But I'm just asking just out of curiosity's sake if anybody else knows if they've ever experienced it or something like that. Because I know I'm probably not the only one who's ever experienced it. Anyway, might as well mess about a little bit since we're not up to the 25-minute mark just yet. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer than it did to get through that, actually. Wait, hold on. Let's go this way. Should actually be a little bit faster, I think. Yes, it will. Alright. I just figured that out now, viewers. Isn't that awesome or what? Ugh. I don't know why I'm about to apologize for this, but I'm sorry if I've been mumbling a little bit. Because I know now that my new headphones are in, or now that I got new headphones, I can actually hear myself a lot better. And it makes me happier because I know that you guys will be able to hear me too. So, yeah. But I can't help but, you know, worry whenever, whenever I find myself, unable to hear myself over the game audio, because then I'm like, oh crap, no one's gonna know what I'm saying, and that's gonna make it horrible, and then nobody wants to watch the video because of that. How much is revival at? That's crap, let's buy one more. I don't plan on dying anytime soon, but you never know. I never noticed that before. Water from Rugged Mountain. Interesting. Anyway, I think that's a good spot to take a break real quick. When we return, I'm going to be back inside the dungeon. I'm probably going to, like I said, take out a few monsters and stuff. If there's anything new, I'll make sure to leave it alive. And I won't grab any Atla Melee if there is any. So, yeah, look forward to that. Till then, bye.